It's never been easier to use AI to make money and achieve freedom, but only for those that know how. And there's so many confusing videos out there that I don't blame you that you're a bit lost right now, because none of them show you how to actually make money. So as the AI industry is predicted to 5x by 2030, leading to a market cap of almost $1 trillion, and by the end of this year alone, there is going to be 100 million AI employees. So I'm going to be explaining in this video how you can get a piece of the pie to create wealth. Watch to the end of the video so you're not confused. Let's jump straight into the laptop. AI has made me 7 figures, and I know it can change your life if you watch this video carefully, because I'm going to be giving you 3 of the easiest ways to print money and experience freedom once and for all. So let's jump straight into it. The first AI side hustle is going to be becoming an AI wordsmith. Now you may be thinking, Charlie, what the hell are you on about? What is an AI wordsmith? And if you watch carefully for the next few minutes, you're going to understand why this is the most powerful and valuable skill that you can learn right now. So there's just so many practical applications of how this can provide value, which is why I've put it as the first AI side hustle. So for complete beginners, let me explain the concept of this. So a wordsmith is someone who is skilled at using words artfully and effectively, right? Now think about copywriting. The definition of copywriting is the ability to persuade people through words, something that all businesses need. Now AI can do this for you and for your clients. So every business needs words that turns strangers into money. Think about email marketing, which has, I think, a 36-to-1 ratio in terms of the ROI that you get from it, which is by far the highest out of any marketing campaigns. You've got SMS, you've got websites, sales pages, scripts for content, ads, VSLs. Behind all of these things, you need copywriting. But instead of you, with your lack of skills right now to create the copywriting, we're going to be getting AI to create the copywriting for you, to save you time and just to make it way better than you could ever do yourself. So I think you know where I'm going with this right now and why this is so sick. Because 2 years ago when I first started, I was doing these for clients. I was creating websites. I was doing everything. I was a generalist just to make money here and there. But if I had AI, I could have got it to do all the work for me, allowing me to scale so much faster. And this means 2 fundamental things. Firstly, you're going to have actual confidence in what you're selling, because it's better than what you and I could ever do, because AI has the IQ of Einstein pretty much. But also you won't get stuck in the fulfillment hamster wheel, because AI is doing the fulfillment, not you. So keep watching, because you need to understand how to deliver this. You need to understand how to sell this, and you need to understand the 2 other AI side hustles that I'm going to be explaining in the next 5-10 minutes. And then you can decide which one you want to go for. So let's take this up a notch. How do you actually deliver, the AI wordsmith model? So essentially, the AI language model of choice, in my opinion, should be Claude 3.7 Sonnet. Now, this is, in my opinion, the best for creative tasks, and it all comes down to prompt engineering. So I'm going to actually walk you through how you would do this for clients right now. But just a quick tip. Most people's prompts absolutely suck because they don't know this thing. You must give Claude, or whatever LLM you choose to use, an example PDF of a killer proven email, website, or whatever you want the AI to actually do for you or your client. Right, and ideally written by a 7 to 8 figure copywriter, so it knows and it has an example. That's super important. And the second thing you need to give Claude to get it to actually give really good outputs and for you to be able to make thousands of dollars is for Claude to ask you 5 questions around your client's business. Let me show you how I would be implementing this for clients. So what I would do is go immediately and sign up to about 10 different email newsletters of the biggest marketers you can find. We're talking Dan Coe, Chris Williamson, we're talking Alex Hormozi, E-Man, you name it. You need to sign up to their newsletters, because now you have gotten actual 7 and 8 figure copy right in front of you that we can then give to AI, because it will now know how to actually replicate that style and tactical things that they've implemented. So what we can do is simply copy all of this just like this very quickly. Boom, because obviously it's amazing copy that you want to replicate. So go here, click on Google Docs, import that. So just copy and paste it. That doesn't matter, just click File. We want to download it as a PDF. So once we've downloaded it as a PDF, we can now give this to Claude. So simply upload this as a file, and I'm going to show you how like you could not tell the difference between AI and Chris actually writing this email, because obviously we've given it the correct information that we need in terms of prompt engineering, which is these two things. So an example PDF, and then also we wanted to ask us 5 questions about the client to actually write better emails. And this could work for building websites, copywriting, in whatever sense you want to do. And for content scripts, you would follow this same approach. So you would obviously download transcripts of viral videos and then follow the same approach that I'm literally showing you right now, because you have to give something that's already proven to AI. Otherwise it's going to give you a shit output. So hopefully that makes sense about adapting it for content scripts, whether it's transcripts or websites, stuff like that. So I've just told Claude, write me email copy just like this example PDF, but I want you to make this week's newsletter about stoicism. Give me 5 questions so you can have context to make this exceptional. So once we click enter, it is obviously going to read the PDF that we've given, and it's going to ask us 5 questions back. So then once we give it the information, then it's going to be able to deliver world-class emails, because now it knows what we're looking for. Asking us some amazing questions. So I'm going to fill this out right now and then show you what it actually does as an output to show you how similar it is to like a real email. So as you can see, it has successfully created the email on the right, and it literally looks identical to the original, but for a different topic, which is mind-blowing. So as you can see, it has the same structure, meaning it's got the 3-minute Monday, 3-minute Monday. It starts with, hi friend, some advice on how to support men. But for this case, we obviously wanted to talk about stoicism. So some advice on how stoicism can help men overcome hard situations. Best part about this is if we look at the original, it's got a quote right here. And guess what? It's done the same thing. It's got the quote right here, but for a different topic. But to take it up a level, what Chris does every single week is build FOMO and essentially excitement, hype around the upcoming guests to obviously increase monthly viewer retention. And guess what? It's done the exact same thing right here in the exact same structure. So obviously if I gave it the guests that would be coming on the podcast, it would just replace it right here. Just like what Chris does every single week to increase the hype around, new episodes. But once again, it's got the things I've learned. So it's been able to literally replicate this, and you can't tell the difference. This is why I'm preaching this, because it's so powerful. Because when you do these two things and you give it an example PDF and you get it to ask you 5 questions so it can have context, you are going to be able to create insane copy that you can sell for thousands of dollars around websites, content scripts. This is just an email newsletter, but you could do this for any copy that businesses need, which is pretty much everything. So this is just scratching the surface. Now, what I'm going to do is explain how you can actually sell this and offer it to the market. So let's take it up a level. So there's 2 routes that you can go when it comes to this AI side hustle. So the first one is you can either offer it as a B2B SaaS, as an AI agent, which I wouldn't recommend if you're a beginner, but I'll walk you through how you can do that anyway. And then I'll show you how to essentially sell it as a high ticket done for you offer, which is what I would recommend if you're starting out. So for the first one, if you're building this as a SaaS, so a software as a service, which is the opposite of you doing it for them. So instead of you doing it for them, they obviously do it as, for themselves, but using software to save time. If you wanted to create an actual application where, customers can go in, create emails in their own style, then you would essentially need to choose a front-end user interface and a back-end framework. So for the front-end user interface, meaning you would have to host it on a website, stuff like that, which is very common as a SaaS, obviously. You can use tools like Lovable, which is a no-code software to essentially create landing pages, stuff like that within seconds. Really, really powerful. And it's actually free to get started with, so that's sick. Or Replit, which is another one. And then obviously you would need to choose a back-end framework to integrate it into the front end. So you could use something like Node.js or Express.js. And that's if you prefer JavaScript or TypeScript. And that's why I wouldn't recommend this if you're a beginner, because you probably don't know how to use Python. You could obviously hire someone via Upwork to create the code for you and integrate it into Lovable if you do want to sell this as a B2B SaaS. But honestly, it's so much easier just to sell this as a done for you high ticket offer. And that's what I would recommend. And what that would look like could be something like this. We partner with AI leaders to increase sales by 23% without you paying me a penny first. So the reason this works is because we are essentially doing something called end result selling, because no one cares about the prompt you use. No one cares about the AI language model you choose. They just want money. So that is obviously what we have right here in the 1-sentence offer. So you have the niche. So that's obviously who you help. It could be coaches. It could be, real estate investors. It could be whoever. You have the growth offer, which is right here by 23%. So that's where you're increasing their business. It could be top line revenue, it could be bottom line profit, it could be appointments that you increase, but that is what people actually desire, right? So that you can see that it equals desire. And then you have loss aversion, which is in your risk reversal. So as long as you have a one sentence offer and this is what you're selling in, your outreach, in your other forms of direct response marketing, you'll be totally fine. As long as you do these 3 variables that you have to include in a single sentence. So yeah, don't mention the mechanism because no one really cares about that, and keep watching because I'm going to explain how you can actually get clients for these AI side hustles, because I want to provide more value on YouTube than anyone else. So let's keep this moving. Just make sure you do position yourself as like an operator, growth partner, AI partner, something more sexy than an agency or a freelancer, because no one really likes them, to be honest. And in terms of pricing, if you're wondering, Charlie, that's great. You've told me the 2 ways I can obviously make money with this as a B2B SaaS or a high ticket offer. You've told me, how to actually, prompt it to write really good copy, stuff like that. And how do you actually price this? How much money should I make per client? So you can see that I would recommend, if you're starting out, get a setup fee of around $500. Once you have clients, you could bump that up to 2K, because as you can see, like the emails are literally like you can't tell the difference. So very, very powerful. And it's just something that you just have to crack in terms of prompt engineering. But yeah, you could obviously do 500 to 2K as a setup fee, and then you could either do a revenue share on the sales that you get through emails or SMS. I think that's more than reasonable. Or you could just do a retainer if you're a bit more advanced, and you can, obviously get them results. But yeah, the main factors for pricing, if you were wondering, like, what makes some people able to charge like 10K, other people can only charge like 1 or 2K, it's essentially these 3 things. So the ROI that you get for a client, because obviously pricing is linked to value, and value is what you're solving as a pain point. But yeah, more so as an ROI. So how much money can you make them? That is linked to pricing, obviously. Likelihood of achievement. So what is the likelihood of you actually getting them an extra 10K a month or whatever you claim, which is obviously experience, and then also just value creation. So hopefully that explains pricing, but this should give you a really good benchmark of just do a $500 setup fee and then a rev share for your first client, bump up to maybe 1K for the next client as you get better and better and get better results. So that is the first AI side hustle, which hopefully makes sense and hopefully was valuable, and something that you could just take away straight away. Obviously you need to pick a niche, but yeah, just go with one that you understand. Or maybe if you had a 9 to 5 in the past, and let's say you worked in a gym, it would make sense for you to work with gyms. That's what I would do as a thought process or a checklist. But anyway, let's move on to the AI side hustle number 2. So this is going to be an AI content architect. This is a very, very powerful one. So why do we want to become an AI content architect, and why have I put it into this video? So there's a huge key man risk that comes along with running a personal brand. So what do I mean by this? Well, often the owner of a business gets stuck on a never-ending treadmill from having to produce content, ads, and just other forms of marketing to keep their pipeline full in terms of lead generation. And if you go to my channel, you'll find the most popular videos that I've made are around lead generation. So what does that tell us? Well, it tells us that very simply, people want leads, and people want to not have to do the work to get them. And there's only 2 ways you actually get leads. You either do push marketing, which is you pushing your offer on people, so that's outbound, or you do pull marketing, which is pulling people into your ecosystem, and that is what this side hustle is going to help businesses with, inbound marketing. But obviously it doesn't have to be paid, it could be organic if you aren't as experienced. So imagine this, right? You can create infinite content for clients using their style, face, tone, brand values without them getting involved. So it's similar to the first AI side hustle, but this is taking it up a level because it's actually going to be, content that we're producing every single day for them without you having to do the work behind it. So yeah, and people pay for time because obviously, if they aren't creating the content, that is freeing up more time that they can spend on higher leveraged stuff, whether it's helping customers, building products, stuff like that. So, and trust me, like, I pay for this. Like, time is more valuable than money to high net worth entrepreneurs. But the common question that you're probably wondering is like, how do you actually deliver this? And the beautiful thing is there are more and more softwares coming out every single week that are going to be in favor of this, right? Helping people save time, create content, and stuff like that. So it's your job to stay on top of the newest trends and softwares. But here's the current flow that I would use to actually, become an AI content architect and to create a content production system for clients without them having to be involved or have key man risk. So the 3 layers, right? So I would actually create 3 different make.com automations for this automated content production system around these 3 layers. So the first automation that I would have is so if you're wondering like, how do you actually create content? Well, these are the 3 things you need, right? You need a script, you need audio, and you need visual. Makes sense, right? Right now, the script is me reading through this document. The audio is me talking. The visual is my face, but we can get AI to do all of this. So that's what the goal should be. But essentially, it does work better for short form, by the way. But anyway, this is the foundation of, any content piece. Obviously, you need a script, outline. But as I just showed you with Claude, you can obviously take transcripts of their competitors that have gone viral, and you can now give that information to a large language module of your choice like Claude and get it to create the scripts for you. So that's the first way that you could create or automate content creation for your clients. Next is audio. So I'll explain how I'll do this in a second. Third is visual. But as I said, you could use Claude for the first layer. For the second layer, use 11 Labs and just clone the owner's voice very simply. For the third layer, you can use HeyGen, and that allows you to actually clone like their face, which removes them from working in the business, and now they can work on it because they're not spent creating content all day. And you can use InVideo for the B-roll because they have some B-roll, which is like pretty sick. So hopefully this makes sense. This is for content scripts, which is the first layer. Second layer, which is audio, you can use 11 Labs to clone the owner's voice, so they're not having to, speak. And then HeyGen would clone their face, and then you can put it all together using a tool like Submagic or CapCut. And even they are actually integrating AI into it to remove your time from it. So imagine like by the end of this year, there's going to be softwares that can just like, you click one button, boom, it's going to actually edit the video for you. Right now, we're not fully at that stage, but this is like 80% automated, which is an amazing place that you should be able to get to. So a lot of people want to automate 100% of everything, but that's not really realistic and the quality will drop. So I recommend 80%, but obviously once you get a client or two, whether it's for the AI Side Hustle 1 or the AI Side Hustle 2, I would just recommend hiring a $3 to $4 an hour VA from Upwork to just do the editing for you and just like posting for you. But you can obviously post using like Buffer or Go High Level. There's so many content scheduling tools out there, but that's just a quick tip for how you can actually scale this offer and make it like super sick. So if you're wondering what do you actually sell or like how do you offer it, obviously, as I said, end result selling is the only thing people care about. So in this case, it wouldn't look something like this where we partner with AI leaders to increase sales by 23%. It would look something like this. We help investors explode their brands by getting 150,000 views monthly without you doing any work at all. That is an attractive offer. You could take it one step further and add more risk reversal by saying without you doing any extra work at all or paying me until you see results. That would be very, very powerful. And if you place that in front of, let's say, just 20 people per day who are your ideal client profiles, it would convert. You will get appointments. You will get opportunities in the pipeline to make money. I guarantee it. Just most people aren't like motivated enough to do that. So, and just to explain this, to get 150,000 impressions on ads would roughly cost $1,200. But we can value stack more than them just getting views. So we can include automated conversion mechanisms to essentially convert the 150,000 views into cash, which is what people care about. No one cares about views, they want money. So what we can do is add an AI DM booking bot to that, whether it's using Go High Level, whether it's using NA10, whatever you want to use. You could add a free landing page to that. You can do story posts for them twice a week to convert the people that follow them. And you can just do so much more to over deliver. And then you can even charge $1,200 because they're getting so much more value. They're getting the same amount of views or impressions, but now they're getting all of these things added. So it's an amazing deal, and people buy when the value is greater than the price. So price is what you pay, value is what you get. When the value exceeds the price, that is when a purchase is made. People buy deals. Okay, so that's AI Side Hustle 2. Now let's go for AI Side Hustle 3, which is going to be an AI systems engineer. So now here are some shocking facts. 375 million jobs, so 14% of the global workforce could be automated by 2030, and that is a McKinsey & Co. study. Another one, AI will impact 40 to 50% of jobs by 2030, with white-collar jobs, so being the most likely to go out, if that makes sense.
So that's a Goldman Sachs study. And then AI can automate up to 80% of human tasks in some industries, including customer service, coding, data analysis, stuff like that. So one thing's pretty clear, right? With these statistics, if you are the person helping integrate AI into businesses, then you're going to be able to create wealth the fastest in the fastest growing industry. It's as simple as that. So now, how do you deliver? Because this is the most valuable part. And keep watching, because I'm going to explain a bonus tip for how to get clients. But yeah, you don't need to be an expert. It's a very common thing where people think they need to be the best in the world or they need to be perfect before selling this. No, you just need to be one step ahead of who you're helping. So if you can learn no-code platforms like Make.com, NA10, pre-built AI agent SaaS platforms like Appointwise or whatever it may be to integrate into CRMs easily, it's never been easier because there are softwares that are no code, right? But here's the thing. The problem you're going to face isn't that you don't know how to do it. It's simply information overload. It's going down a rabbit hole of YouTube videos. So what I need you to do is actually, after this video, I need you to go onto Make.com or NA10 or whatever platform you want to learn and just start building. That is as simple as that. Don't consume. You can watch YouTube videos on what you're trying to build, but you must watch whilst you're building. And I promise you, you'll experience success 10 times faster, and your mission for the next 24 hours after watching this video should be to develop system-proof and a working prototype that you can share via a video. So what do I mean by that? Well, you know, you need to have like a prototype. So for example, if you are selling, let's say, an AI lead nurturing booking bot via WhatsApp to real estate agents or brokers, right? Your job after this video should be to create a working prototype, something that you can share via a video to get people to book appointments, or maybe you can do it as a post-booking content asset. But you need to actually build this. Why? Because you need confidence and you need expertise. But it obviously, yeah, it builds you confidence, and actions speak louder than words. So people have heard the same offer so many times, whereas if they can see a video of you walking through a really sick automation and you're speaking with the bot or whatever it may be, that is so much better than just, you know, like saying words. Now, it does depend on what the customer actually is struggling with in their business. So for example, an AI missed call text back agent may be best for like contractors or local businesses. They get a lot of like, you know, inquiries, but maybe they're busy doing the work in the day, whatever it may be. AI customer support chatbot is pretty valuable to like pretty much all businesses, but mostly subscription ones that are getting customers asking questions, obviously. AI bookkeeping, expense tracking, you know, automates financial reports. Once again, it serves a different industry. AI appointment scheduling agent. Once again, AI reputation management, local businesses. So it's really important for you to actually go onto ChatGPT or Claude or whatever Perplexity language model you want and just ask it for the biggest pain points in your niche. And by doing that, you can then mold an actual solution around it and become a successful AI systems engineer. And it's good to just have like a few different AI systems in your back pocket that you can deliver. Now, one thing I did want to do was essentially talk about, this. So I wouldn't sell what I wanted to sell because no one cares about your feelings, right? You shouldn't sell what you want, but what the market wants. So the market doesn't care about your feelings. It only cares about how much units of value that you provide. And yeah, if I was starting again, I would position myself on Upwork and probably one other platform. So if you're working with contractors, you know, that could look like Upwork. And then maybe I would do SMS and calling in the day. But one thing's really certain, you need to do the rule of 100. So the rule of 100 is where you do 100 of a certain advertising activity or 2 advertising activities per day. So what that could look like is 25 Upwork proposals per day, and then maybe 75 minutes of content creation, and then you post a piece of content. So it could look something like this: 25 Upwork proposals per day, and then 75 cold messages, which still equals 100. So it could be $100 of ad spend per day. It could be, 50 Instagram DMs and 50 minutes of content creation. You obviously have to post a piece of content, but you get the point, right? The rule of 100 basically states that if you do that for 100 days, you will pretty much guarantee yourself to have a 6-figure business. It's as simple as that. But what I wanted to do to over deliver in this video is give you a bonus tip for getting your first few clients. So when I first started my agency back like 3 years ago, I went 6 months of painfully failing without getting a single client. And I sent cold DMs, I did cold emails, I did calling, I did everything in between that you can imagine. And it was terrible, as it felt like I was just working for free. I would spend 8 hours a day sitting at my desk and just not seeing any results. And it was awful because I didn't know if the hard work was going to pay off. But what, the problem that the reason that happened was because, number one, no one trusted me. Number two, my offer wasn't placed in front of enough owners. And number three, emotions ran the show. So this is what I recommend. If you take 3 things away from this video, it's these 3 right here. So I need you to create nurturing assets, ideally showing the thing that you are, building, which is very important. That's showing system proof, which is very important. But you need to create assets to position yourself more highly within an industry. Because if you just reach out, that was the problem that I had. I was doing like 50 DMs per day, but no one respected me. I would get like just the most rejected answers ever from prospects. So you need to position yourself as an expert in the market. So when you do reach out, when you run ads, when you do these forms of marketing or sales, you're going to actually get much better results out of your campaign. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I need you to spend more time on lead sourcing to find underexposed leads. Do not find the same bottom of the barrel leads that everyone else uses, because most people, they have the same thought process. They go onto Apollo, they search for real estate agents in New York, and they get the same leads as everyone else. So then when they reach out to them, of course they're going to reject you and say rude things, right? I need you to think in a more creative way than what everyone else thinks, right? So that's the second thing. And the third thing is focus on daily actions, because nothing else matters. Just take it one step at a time. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to see the first step. And if you focus on your daily non-negotiables, which should be the rule of 100, and you have that written down each day, that is what you execute on. You provide value to the market by essentially using the freemium model, which is what all the biggest companies in the world use. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. They don't make you pay to use their platforms, right? They want the total addressable market to enter their platform, to then experience their product and get hooked. So that's what you need to do. You need to reach out, give away free shit, because us humans don't understand how programmed we are by society to give to those that give to us. The people who give in this world are the ones in control. If you think about banks give money to people because now they have the upper hand. You need to give away free automations. You need to give away implementation, things that people would things that most people would charge thousands for. You give away for free. It's going to allow you to get more opportunities in the pipeline if you are in a dry place right now. And I promise you, just think or ask yourself this question right now: what's the most valuable thing that I can give away today to make opportunities happen and to build reciprocity, which is so ridiculously underestimated. It's like, oh my God, it annoys me how many people don't understand how powerful reciprocity is, right? So that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. I gave you 3 AI side hustles. You can watch it back if you want, choose the one that's best for you, or maybe combine it into, one offer where you do the first part, which is the AI wordsmith, and maybe you do an AI content offer as well. So you help get views and then you help convert it via the copywriting. But either way, hopefully this video was valuable. Like, comment what videos you want to see next, subscribe, as it motivates me to post more. And if you're wanting to speed up success, make it easier, I would love to see you in my community. We do give you free softwares, which is something no other community owner actually does that I've seen. So we give you free unlimited Go High Level, so you can send emails either for yourself or your clients. So it's 2-dimensional, which is sick. So you can send emails, SMS, call. You can use all my pre-built automations ready to sell out of the box. And that's just one software that we give you inside the community for free without you paying for it, simply put. We also give you auto leads to send Instagram DMs, automated, personalized. We give you scrapers to scrape leads. Stuff like that is wild. The price is going to increase shortly, so make sure to join. And we also have a 100% money back guarantee, because I'm extremely confident in it with 5-star rated on Trustpilot. We know what we're doing and it's amazing. So if you don't want to join, it's totally fine. Just subscribe and I'll catch you in the next video. Take it easy and have an amazing day.